Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Learn with AI. Let's learn Unit 1.1 poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. This poem is written by Ravindranath Tagore. We all know that it was Ravindranath Tagore who wrote our national anthem, that is Jana Gana Mana. Ravindranath Tagore first wrote this poem into Bengali language and then later he himself translated it into English language. When Tagore composed this poem, India was under the British rule. So he wrote this poem in the form of a prayer to God where he wishes a complete freedom for our country from the slavery of the Britishers. Let's start then. I'm going to read this full poem and then I will explain you each line in detail. Okay? Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Now on your screen, there is a glossary for the meanings of hard words from this poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. And I will use it between the explanation wherever necessary for your better understanding, okay? While reading the title of this poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear, I actually realized that all our minds are full of fear. We are always afraid of something or the other. Correct, right? We can say that in reality, no one on this earth is fearless. Okay? In these lines, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. Tagore imagines a country where all the citizens live their lives without any fear. He wishes our minds to be fearless so that we all can live confidently by raising our heads high with self respect. Further, he says that knowledge should be available freely to all the citizens of this nation. Here, the word free does not mean without charging money, but it means without any restrictions. Like you can say, for example, schools and colleges must allow the students to take admissions without any discrimination. Means we can say bhedbhav in Hindi on the basis of caste or religions. Children should be given freedom to decide what course to do or where to take admission, especially the girl child, right? Because most of the time in our country, girls are not allowed for any higher education, sometimes even not allowed to go to school and study. Therefore, Tagore wishes a country where no one should be deprived of education, whether girls or boys, whether rich or poor. It's everybody's right to get educated. Correct now? Let's move to the next stanzas. Now, in these lines, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Our poet imagines a country where the citizens are not divided or discriminated but treated equally. But actually, the reality is our country is broken up into fragments, which means, divided by narrow domestic walls. Means division on the basis of religion, caste, class, and color in societies and between countries of the world. According to the poet, we have built a wall around us with narrow mindedness. That means we cannot think logical, we cannot think positive, we don't believe in the concept of unity. We keep on fighting for the languages we spoke, like in Maharashtra, it's Marathi, in Gujarat, it is Gujarati, and in different states, different languages are spoken. People wear different outfits in different states, but Tagore strongly want our nation to believe in united we stand and divided we fall. towards the next line, where words come out from the depth of truth. The poet says that everyone should speak the truth from the depth of our hearts. No person should lie to take the advantage of others. On your screen, there is a meaning of tireless striving and stretches its arms. In the next lines of the poem, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, the poet Rabindranath Tagore wants to say that every man should make an effort to improve himself and keep trying till he reaches a stage of self perfection. What does it mean in simple words? We all should work harder and harder and harder continuously in order to achieve success in whatever we do. Right now, that means again and again, continuous efforts will bring you better results. Now, let's read the next lines, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Here, a clear stream of reasons means logical thinking, which is actually lost, according to Tagore, into a desert of habit, which means old traditions and customs. Tagore compares India with a dreary desert full of sand, means no hope. Here, following the dead habit means old traditions, rituals, and customs that are harmful for the society. Actually, the poet is trying to say that the people of his country blindly believe in superstitions. Like example, in हिंदी लोग कहते हैं ना कि बिल्ली ने अगर रास्ता काटी तो कुछ बुरा होगा. Also, you people might have heard that किसी ने अगर आपको पीछे से टोका, आप कहीं जा रहे हो तो आपका काम अभी पूरा नहीं होगा, and etc. and etc. Thus, Tagore wants a nation free of all such illogical beliefs and negative thinking. So, the poet wishes his countrymen to get freedom from all the dead habits. Now I am reading the next lines, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. In these lines, the poet speaks directly to God. He wants his countrymen to be led by thee. Here, thee means God. Remember, thee is an old English word, okay? Here, ever widening means forever broadening one's outlook. It means our ability to think positive, to think logical. Here, Tagore says that everyone must be guided or instructed by God, means thee, so that our country and its people must think broad, must think logical, and must have a positive attitude towards our life forever. It means our thoughts and actions must benefit the entire nation. And now we are moving towards the last line of this beautiful poem, where the poet Rabindranath Tagore is once again addressing the God directly. To address means to speak to, and heaven of freedom means condition of total freedom of good thoughts, good words, and good actions. So, here Tagore says in his last lines, into that heaven of freedom my father let my country awake. The poet is requesting God to bless his country and its people into a heaven of freedom, where all the citizens would be truly free. They will understand the true meaning of freedom, and this nation would become a heaven in itself. Right now? Then, the central idea is that people of this nation should be knowledgeable, rational, truthful, hardworking, and broad-minded, where there is a total freedom of good thoughts, good words, and good actions. Here, now, everyone try to solve this poem by yourself and also learn the appreciation of this poem, where the mind is without fear. Thank you, everyone.